What up, YouTube? It's your boy Siege. We back in the lab. We get back kicking it. Appreciate you guys showing up, showing out. Make sure y'all still hitting that like and subscribe button. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, we trying to get this channel up. We still starting up. We still getting up, and we gonna get there. Said we were gonna talk a little bit about some off-white labels. We're gonna get into that in a second, but like I said, make sure y'all liking the channel, subscribing to the channel. Eventually I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the off-whites that I have right now in my collection. But today we kind of gonna talk, as you could tell by the thumbnail, I have a couple of, I'd say, strategies that I've been using that's helped me win a couple of these raffles. I'm gonna see if I can help you guys win some raffles, see what we can do. So make sure you tune in and, like I said, we're gonna go through it all. So let's start off with this morning. If you've been paying attention to the sneaker world, they did have, like I said earlier this week, the Jordan 2 Low off-white dunks in black and white come out this morning. Sadly, I did not win the raffle. Thanks to Nike screwing me over. You gotta love it. What happened was I came in this morning, like I always do. I try to get on my account to see, make sure everything's up, we're good to go, and when it's time, I can just enter myself in the draw. This week, however, I was a little less lucky. When I got on this morning, they wanted me to verify my number. Couldn't verify my number because they linked one of my old accounts to this new account. So now my phone number didn't work, and we had to make sure that they delete that account so that I can actually get onto the new account. Fun times, but that links me into two things. The two things we talk about in the video. One, what makes off-white so mystical, and what's the thing about this tag that they have on them. So I did take my off-whites from off the wall, so I can kind of give you guys a show of what these are. And this is the tag I was referring to. So every pair of off-whites has one of these zip ties on it. So if you ever get a pair of off-whites and it does not have this zip tie on it, it's not real. Take it back. Or it could be real. One of the things that I was finding out when I, did my research on it. So the guy who is over Off-White, I think his name is Virgil, used to hang out with Kanye, but his take on the zip ties was to what they're thinking. Take resellers out of the market. Which you're never going to be able to take resellers completely out of market. But the thought process was, after you get your off-whites, when you're going to wear them, go ahead and cut the zip tie on it. They even made like a whole little campaign on Instagram about it. Like, as soon as you get your off-whites, cut the tag, because then it alleviates resellers from getting them or wanting them. So gotta make an interruption. Thanks to the great day that I'm having today. To add on to that, my camera just decided to die on me in the middle of shooting. So, I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember a little portion of what I said, but I think I know where I stopped at. We were talking about how when you cut your label or your tag off of your off-white, that cuts down half of the value, which is what they wanted to do when creating the shoe. So to make it a way for resellers to kinda have to make sure you got the one with the tag on it. So they always tell you, if you're gonna wear them, go ahead and cut your tag. It helps preserve the value. Once you cut it, some of the value's gone. I'm gonna kind of show y'all those a little bit later on, It wasn't the whole goal of the video. But the second portion of what we were going to talk about today is these sneaker apps and these raffles. So I get a lot of feedback on people asking me like, yo, how are you winning raffles? Like, what are you doing different? What am I doing? So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I do a lot. I am a member of a sneaker cook group. So I hear about a lot of information either right before it happens and or when it happens, which is why I tell you guys, make sure you're following me on socials, because a lot of the times I'm telling you guys what's happening as I'm finding it out. For instance, one of the big things which I was kind of holding on hope that we would have it today. We still might get it one day early this week. They were saying we might be getting a Cool Grade shock drop. So the Cool Grade 11 mids are supposed to be coming out in December. One of the things we're hearing, especially when it comes to Jordan 11s, that they drop near Christmas time. They usually have a shock drop beforehand. That way, you know, when people take their Christmas pictures, everybody can have their Jordan 11s on foot, take the picture with them. There's some actual additional merchandising and branding for them. But I'm thinking earlier next week might be our best shot right now, if it doesn't happen tomorrow morning. The thing we had yesterday on the Nike app, which, not to get confused with Sneakers app, Nike app, actually Sneakers app did do it too, but on the Nike app they did a dunk redrop or restock. So you had your Michigan dunks, Michigan State dunk lows, Kentucky high dunks, free 99 dunk low dunks, and a couple other nice dunks all got restocked on the Nike app, which they had it as a Leo, which for y'all that don't know is a first come first serve. And then they had it as a draw, I think, on Sneakers app. I was focused on trying to get them on the Nike app. I missed out just because I got there a little late to the party. I think it dropped at 10 o'clock. I got there maybe 10:03, 04, and I was late to the party. So that just kind of shows you how quick some of this stock can get ate up. The things, like I was saying, that I do as far as raffles go, I use one account. On my Sneakers app, I only use that one account. I know I've seen some people make multiple accounts and try and put it in on everyone. I only use the one. As soon as I made my account, I went ahead and put a profile picture on it. Every shoe that I get through Sneakers app, I try and go back leaving a review of what I thought of the shoe actually on the website, to give them feedback. Every shoe that they've sent me a survey on to ask how satisfied was I do those surveys just so they can get, you know, feedback from me, kind of in hopes of me. I do this for you, you guys might do something for me. What else do I do? Honestly, I'm not on the app. I rarely look at the app. I am right now trying to get featured on the Kick Check. We're working on it. We might be close to it, but we're gonna see what happens. But like I said, for the most part, I'm not on the app much. I made my account. I made sure I put a profile picture on it. One thing that I did hear, and I actually toyed with it a little bit today to try and get a nice review you want it so I could see if it actually was true. Um, like I was telling y'all earlier, I did have an old Nike sneakers account. On that old sneakers account, it did not hit anything. I mean, I could probably be the only one on and I would not get the shoe. So one of the things I had heard people saying were the old accounts don't really hit on sneakers app anymore. So what I did was I went ahead and made me that new account, which is the one where I put my profile picture, and I kid you not, I made that account 5 or 10 minutes before the Obsidian 13s dropped. That was the first raffle I hit in maybe 2 years. So that one did hit. Another one that what I tried to do to see if it was just me or if it was an irregularity, I made a new account today to try and hit on the Jordan 2 Low Off-Whites, and it didn't work. So said I made one and it has worked. I made a new one and it hasn't worked. I would say the biggest difference with making that new one that it did work on is the fact that I actually added a profile photo. Then I went on to the Nike app and did all of the little preferences. So I made more of a complete account, whereas on the new one that I made today, it was kind of just, here's my email, here's a password, here's my address, here's my stuff for me to get in the draw, you know. And then when it comes to other raffles, I have an app for probably every single sneaker store there is. One that I probably and almost definitely won't go on for a while is going to be the Flex app. Flex has just made it on their app where when you go on to a raffle to win or to try and put your name in for a raffle, they charge your account. Whether you win, lose, or draw, they're going to charge your account. And if you don't win, you get the money back in 3 to 5 business days. Which to me doesn't make sense, because if I'm putting my card information in and I'm attempting to win these pair of sneakers, y'all are holding on to my money, but y'all aren't giving me anything in terms of a win, a loss, or, well, y'all are giving me losses, but y'all aren't giving me anything worth of substance, but we're holding on to my money. Doesn't make sense to me. So the Flex app is one I would not recommend trying. One that I was very, very lucky on when I first started back my journey, which is how I got these Oreo 4s up here, is the Jimmy Jazz app. Now Jimmy Jazz is redoing their system right now, so I haven't been able to get as many, if any, hits. But Jimmy Jazz is also another good retailer to put your name in for the raffles, and you know, they're pretty fair about giving shoes to different people, even though they did have me driving around to get them. A lot of the times if there was a shoe I had wanted, put my name in on a raffle and more than likely I get it. You have JD Sports, Finish Line, depends on your area. JD Sports is just an umbrella under Finish Line, and Finish Line, I'm pretty sure there's the closest one to me is probably Fayetteville, which Fayetteville I think is where, yeah, Fayetteville is where I won the Shatterback War 5s at. So there are places to get these shoes. The important part is just making sure you put your name in the raffle, because you know the saying, if you don't put your name in, there's no way you can win. You can't win the lotto by not playing the lotto. And that was the methodology that I've tried, and for me, I got lucky with it. It worked for me. And eventually, you know, like with Sneakers app, sneakers, I put my name in on so many raffles that I won a couple pairs, and then I eventually got exclusive access on a pair, which, if anybody knows Sneakers app, it's huge to say that I went from not getting any shoe to I get 3 or 4, plus I get exclusive access to one. Yeah, those are some of the things I've been doing and have done to, you know, kind of increase my sneaker collection, increase my chances of getting picked on some of these raffles. If you got any questions, y'all know what my IG is. Hit me up on IG. You've seen the shoes I have. If you're interested in any of them, every shoe has a price. Hit me up. We can talk some numbers. And or find me on Trade Block. I haven't done a trade in a little while. There's a shoe you see that you might like. Check see if I have on Trade Block. I'm pretty sure my trade block's up to date as far as what I'm willing to trade right now. But said hit me up. Every shoe has a price. Might be the right price for me. Yeah, those are some of the things I've been doing to get my sneaker collection up. Y'all got any questions on any of the raffles I'm hitting and or putting my name in, definitely let me know. Hit me up in the comments. Hit me up on my IG. It's a million ways to get in contact with me. But it's been real. I've been CJ. Y'all been here with me. Appreciate y'all.